This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
We are just now starting to get to the bottom of the interference that Donald Trump's team, the lengths that they went to interfere in the election of 2020. For all of their cries and screams and wailing about election interference and voter fraud, every time we look with a critical eye, even a cursory glance at what took place, they were the ones involved in the fraud. They were the ones involved in the interference. They were the ones attempting to overturn a free and fair election. Not just even through the insurrection at the United States Capitol, not just through the delay of the constitutionally outlined process of certifying the 2020 election. We're talking about actually going in and tampering with voting machines. And that's what this story is about. I'm going to read a little bit from the CNN article, and I'm going to play some surveillance footage of Trump-Operatives being let into a voting office in Georgia. Strangely enough, a voting office in Georgia that suffered a breach of their voting machines, but also from an area of Georgia that is wildly Trump-friendly. 70% of the vote or something went to Donald Trump in this area. So was this a dry run to see how they were going to do it and effectuate this particular outcome in other areas? I don't know. That will yet to be seen through the course of investigations. But it's through reporting and then also the investigative side of this from a criminal standpoint that we're going to get to the bottom of this. Reading from the CNN article, newly obtained surveillance video shows fake Trump-Elector escorted operatives into Georgia County's election office before voting machine breach. A Republican county official in Georgia escorted two operatives working with an attorney for ex-President Donald Trump into the county election offices on the same day a voting system there was breached, newly obtained video shows. The breach is now under investigation by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and is of interest to the Fulton County District Attorney, who is conducting a wider criminal probe of interference in the 2020 election. The video sheds more light on how an effort spearheaded by lawyers and others around Trump to seek evidence of voter fraud was executed on the ground from Georgia to Michigan to Colorado, often with the assistance of sympathetic local officials. In the surveillance video, which was obtained by CNN, Kathy Latham, a former GOP chairwoman of Coffee County, who was under criminal investigation for posing as a fake elector in 2020, escorts. She personally escorts a team of pro-Trump operatives to the county's election office on January 7th, 2021, the same day a voting system there is known to have been breached. So while the country is reeling from a failed insurrection at the United States Capitol here in Washington, D.C., other Trump operatives are on the ground elsewhere, while the rest of the country has their heads turned toward the Capitol, and they are getting let into the election offices to breach voting equipment. The two men seen in the video with Latham, Scott Hall and Paul Maggio, have acknowledged that they successfully gained access to a voting machine in Coffee County at the behest of Trump lawyer Sidney Powell. Text messages, emails, and witness testimony filed as part of a long-running civil suit into the security of Georgia's voting systems show Latham communicated directly with then Coffee County election supervisor about getting access to the office, both before and after the breach. One text message, according to the court document, shows Latham coordinating the arrival and whereabouts of a team, quote unquote, led by Maggio, that traveled to Coffee County at the direction of Sidney Powell. 3 days after the breach, Latham texted the Coffee County election supervisor, quote, "Did you all finish with the scanner?" According to court documents, Latham testified that she did not know what Hall was doing in Coffee County, right? But when confronted With her texts about the scanner, she asserted her Fifth Amendment rights. Oh, I have no idea about that. What do you mean? And then, oh, here are your text messages. Oh, I plead the Fifth. I plead the Fifth to protect myself from self-incrimination because she committed a crime. Last paragraph here, Maggio did not respond, of course, to CNN's request for comment. Instead, the data firm he works for, Sullivan Strickler, which court documents show was hired by Powell, said in a statement to CNN that it was, quote, directed by attorneys to contact county election officials to obtain access to certain data in Georgia, and also directed by attorneys to distribute that data to certain individuals. Here is that surveillance footage showing the woman walking outside with her phone, ostensibly finding out exactly where they were so she could meet them at the curb to bring them into the voting office. And also remember, this was just before their election software and equipment was breached. Their system was breached just moments after these people were let in. Watch this.
Newly obtained video to CNN shows a former Georgia Republican county official escorting two operatives hired by an attorney for former President Trump into the county's election offices on the same day a voting system there was illegally breached. Drew Griffin has the details. Drew.
Breaches of these voting machines, guys, in swing states are under investigation across the country. This one happened in Coffee County, Georgia, rural county. CNN obtained surveillance video at one of the offices where the voting machines were breached, and all this at the behest of one of Donald Trump's attorneys. I want to show you right now. This is Kathy Latham we're showing you. She's the former chairwoman of Coffee County GOP. Already under investigation, this woman is, for posing as one of those fake electors who signed documents that declared Donald Trump was the winner of the 2020 election. Latham can be seen here escorting a team of pro-Trump operatives into the Coffee County Elections Office, including an IT specialist who was working with Trump attorney Sidney Powell. This all happens on the same day the voting system in that office was illegally breached. January 7th, 2021, the day after the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Text messages, emails, and witness testimony from a civil lawsuit against Georgia election officials have connected Latham, that woman, to the plan to give the group access to the elections office. About a week before this voting machine breach, that same woman, Latham, testified before the Georgia State Legislature, along with Rudy Giuliani, talking all about voter machine irregularities in Coffee County. Latham's attorney told CNN in a statement that Ms. Latham has not acted improperly or illegally, and Ms. Latham did not authorize or participate in ballot scanning efforts, computer imaging, or any similar activity. The IT specialist firm says it had no reason to believe he was doing anything wrong either. One important note, Coffee County, where this happened, is a Republican stronghold. Donald Trump won this county with 70% of the vote. But you can see from that video there that the Trump-connected team wanted to and was able to get access to that election office.
All of this is why the Department of Justice needs to act swiftly. They need to do it responsibly. They need to do it thoroughly. But that does not negate the fact that swiftness can also be tossed in there as well. All of this can be done well. All of this can be done correctly. And all of this can still be done quickly. People have broken the law in an attempt to subvert our democracy. This isn't just a normal criminal matter. This is preserving and protecting our democracy, our way of life, our right to vote. Because ultimately, what Donald Trump did in attempting to disenfranchise 81 plus million Americans is just that, disenfranchisement. Having the president picked by not just a minority, but criminally. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Email me at daily@dollemore.com. If you appreciate what I do, if I'm your flavor of political commentator, please consider supporting my work. $1.99 a month. You could click the join button, see what's involved in becoming a channel member. And again, for pennies a day, $1.99 a month, you could help support my work. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. All that goes a long way. If I was to get 3% of my audience to become channel members, it would be a game changer here relative to correspondence and field work and all kinds of other stuff. Anyway, I love you guys. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.